Is Fitspo and motivation and hashtag fit and fitness Instagram giving you problems? Well, let me give you a few solutions to help you work through that. If you have Instagram, then I know you typically have problems with Instagram's feed. The discover page, your friends, cause all sorts of problems, right? All sorts of problems, comparison, lust, idolatry, envy, jealousy, all of these things come to mind. It's interesting, in the Garden of Eden, there is a sin that most theologians call the lust of the eyes, that Eve looked upon the fruit and saw that it was good to take. And this is the lust of the eyes, that we long for things that we shouldn't have. And that's one of the problems with Instagram. And so I want to give you a few tips that might help you mitigate some of the horrible effects of social media. If you're running into trouble, the first thing you probably need to do is curate your feed. Now, because Instagram is built by the same people from Facebook, and those people helped build slot machines and utilize the human body's production of serotonin and dopamine to be able to manipulate us to get to look at the feed so much, we're often addicted to social media. And because we're addicted to it, we often do it mindlessly, which means we incidentally and accidentally create a feed of the lust of the eyes, the things that we lust after most. And for some people, that's food. But for a lot of people, it's things like fitness and models, either in jealousy or lust. And those things are very, very common, at least anecdotally, especially in people that I counsel with in my own life. And so how can we get rid of this? Well, one of the things we can do is curate our feed. We're gonna have to intentionally go back in to Instagram and begin to create a feed of people that are actually building us up, not tearing us down. If anything is causing us to commit idolatry, we need to get rid of it and add something in that's not. And so that's a great way to do it, is begin unliking pages that are causing problems and reliking pages that are really, really helpful for you. So go find good people to follow, people that are gonna build you up, people that'll speak the word of God, or people that'll make you laugh. Those are the sort of positive things you want in your life. If something you look at right when you wake up in the morning, and something you look at right when you go to bed, or right when you get in your bed, or right at dinner, or in the bathroom, or at the kitchen table, wherever you're at, is causing you to continually be unhappy every time you look at it, you need to get rid of it. So find people that are gonna build you up. Look at different doctors and functional medicine people and fitness people that are positive, that are good, that are God-honoring. Look up different pastors, some of your friends that are great and encouraging. People like The Rock are just amazing to follow because they're so helpful. But don't put people that you're jealous of in your feed. Don't put people that you lust after in your feed. Get rid of those people. And for a lot of us, we might want to consider actually getting rid of our feed altogether and restarting it. You see, I know I have some friends that have looked at so many different Instagram models, or so many different bodybuilding articles, or so many different really uncomfortable or disgusting meme pages that their Discover page is just filled with this junk. And so what they've had to do is actually just go delete their account and restart. And that helps give them some sort of new, fresh, clean slate. And so if that's where you're at, that might be a better option for you. The next thing you can do is actually set screen time limits. Now this is really, really helpful, and it's actually surprising. If you have an iPhone, you can go in and set a screen time limit for how much you want to look at social media. So for me, I put a 30-minute limit on my day for social media, and that includes, like a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter, those sort of social medias. You put them all kind of in the same exact category, and once that time limit's up, the phone cuts it off, and you give a trusted friend or family member your code. And so that way you don't even have access to your code. And so I don't have access to my code. I actually prefer it that way. And so I don't have to be stuck on social media. It forces me to get off. And that might be a good option for you, especially if you're having trouble just disconnecting from the technology altogether. And look, the third thing you might have to do is you might have to just cut off social media. Now, for some of us, our addictions, our feelings, our jealousy, our envy is just too far, especially in the fitness world, particularly for young men. You may have gone way too far with your social media, and it maybe even lead you down a rabbit hole to something like pornography, or something worse, or something like a body image issue, like bulimia or anorexia or binge eating. If that is happening to you, it may be helpful for you to get rid of social media altogether. Now, before you freak out, you may be thinking, I can't live without social media. Everyone has social media. But here's what Jesus says about this very issue. In Matthew 18:9, he says, if your eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with one eye than with two eyes to be thrown into the hell of fire. Now, Jesus isn't telling you to cut your eye out specifically, but what he's essentially saying is that thing that is causing you to not be in good relationship with God and right relationship with God, that thing, whatever it is, to get rid of it, because it's better to be in good relationship with Jesus than to spend eternity apart from God with the thing that is causing you to stumble. So if your phone is the thing that's causing you that problem, it is much better to be with Jesus with no phone than to be without Jesus and have 5 phones. It's much better to be with Jesus. So if this is you, here's your permission. Get rid of the social media until you're mature enough to be able to have it. And get with a local spiritual mentor, a friend, a disciple person, or a pastor that can help you work through some of the addiction that you might be experiencing. Hey, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, like the video, subscribe to the Ex Nihilo channel. That will help me get more biblically based wellness principles out to the masses. See you on the next one.